She been doing comedy since she was 16.
Got that billboard, baby. Yes, I'm just on the airplane and business class. On my way to Israel.
You all, if you thought Katt Williams was done exposing the creeps and the fakes in the industry, then you got another thinking coming because, baby, this man is on a roll. Next up on Katt's list of people to expose is Tiffany Haddish, and this time he's calling her out for her creepy, downright criminal behaviors. Katt has been saying for a minute now that Tiffany is an industry plant that gets what she wants by lying with white men and playing black caricatures. As far as Katt is concerned, Tiffany is a sellout, and she needs to be canceled like yesterday. I don't know, is Katt just hating on Tiff, or is he on to something we should have been paying attention to years ago? Let's get into it. So Katt Williams has been calling Tiffany Haddish out for playing black caricatures and allowing herself to be used to promote black stereotypes. In an interview with Frank and Wanda in the Morning, Katt said Tiffany was not funny at all and she doesn't write her jokes.
Tiffany Haddish. She been doing comedy since she was 16. You can't tell me your favorite Tiffany Haddish joke. Why? Because she ain't done a tour yet. She ain't done a special. She has not proven the ability to tell jokes back to back for an hour to nobody. And they already ready to down Monique and up somebody who has showed them Girls Trip. Did you think she wrote Girls Trip, goofball?
Right.
Or do you think that was already a script and they handed it to her? It's up to you, whatever you want to believe.
Then he said the only reason why Tiffany was even known in the industry at all was that she paid for her spot by lying with white men. Not only that, but she also allows herself to be sued to sell this image of a black, ghetto, ratchet woman with nothing up there, just loud and illiterate.
She want to sleep with a white man. That's why the only thing she said was, I want to give it to Brad Pitt. The only thing before that in the movie with me is I slept with this white man and I got a white baby. She had a white husband for the 14 years she been doing comedy, and then all of a sudden divorced him, then said he abused her, then wrote a book, then said he didn't. And then now we're at Brad Pitt. So hey.
At the time, it seemed like Katt was just trying to hate on a black sister's hustle. However, people are now starting to wake up to the fact that Tiffany really is kind of weird, and all those things Katt has been saying about her might actually be true. So Tiffany Haddish was trending these past weeks for being, well, Tiffany Haddish. Folks were having a hard time understanding why Tiff left her house, got on a plane, and flew down to that country to be some kind of propaganda machine.
Got that billboard, baby. I'm just on the airplane and business class. On my way to Israel. I'm sorry, Yamanika. I'm sorry, Yamanika. I'm going without you, I'm sorry. I'm going to go meet my future man out there. I'm out. Going to the Holy Land. I suggest you all do it.
People have pointed out that it's ironic that Tiffany is making the trip because her father is an Eritrean Jew, and he definitely wouldn't have appreciated her doing that. And that's not even the worst part. In the video Tiffany recorded while on the plane, she's talking about I'm about to go find me a man out there. Like, that's a perfectly normal thing to do, like get your bag and all that. But didn't anybody on her team think it was a bad idea to make it sound like going to a place where people have been affected by war is some sort of vacation? What's even crazier is that Tiffany claimed she was going down there to see for herself what's really going on, which any reasonable person would interpret to mean she wants to see the war and its effect on its victims. Instead, she went there to do comedy and talk about the history of pickles, which understandably angered many folks. Candace Owens literally couldn't hide her disgust when she was talking about the entire situation. She even pointed out that Tiff looked like she was under the influence and that it seemed like she went there because she was told to go there for propaganda. Now, this is not to throw any dirt on Tiffany for doing what she has to do, but people just felt like that trip wasn't well put together at all, and she was just there embarrassing herself and the black community without even trying to hide the fact that she was doing propaganda. And I don't know y'all, but it seems like Tiffany should have better things to worry about, like the new $1 million lawsuit she's currently facing, which is completely different from the previous one. To give you some context, Tiffany was sued alongside fellow comedian Aries Spears for SAing a 14-year-old girl and her brother, identified as Jane and John Doe, respectively. Now, according to the lawsuit, Tiffany Tiffany was actually a close friend of Jane and John's mother. And being a close friend, the mother felt she could entrust her kids to Tiffany's care. But boy, was she wrong, because Tiffany and her partner in crime, Aries, made them participate in explicit sketches, which involved Jane moaning and making blank noises while she simulated blank on a sub sandwich at the adult comedian's request. Jane reportedly left the incident feeling very weird. But you know, she was 14, so she couldn't really put her feelings in words or tell her mother how she felt around Tiffany. A year goes by and Tiffany is back with another request. This time, she asked the mother to allow John Doe to film a project, which turned out to be a sketch titled The Mind of a P-Word. The P-Word was played by Aries, and allegedly they kicked things off by Aries massaging baby oil into John's shoulders. Now, it looks like John felt very uncomfortable throughout this shoot, and you gotta remember he's about 8 years old at this point, so when he starts to feel uncomfortable, he becomes uncooperative. I mean, at some point, Aries allegedly got in a bathtub with him, so it was weird. But instead of Tiffany taking the hint and letting John go to his mother, she reportedly yelled at him and tried to force him to cooperate. In a statement attached to the lawsuit, John reportedly told his therapist, "I had to kick and scream and cry, and Tiffany came and told me to let him touch me." According to the lawsuit, the whole experience left Jane and John with trust issues, anxiety, and intense lingering emotional and psychological distress. The lawsuit also accused Tiffany of negligent supervision, failure to warn, breach of fiduciary duty, and constructive fraud. Girl, it was a lot because this woman literally betrayed her friend's trust and used her friend's kids to make this creepy content, which she should probably have been arrested for. She later came out to talk about how she lost all her gigs because of the lawsuit, and it's like, of course you did. Nobody wants to hang around a no P word, because she can't even deny the allegations. There's video evidence of it on the internet. She even released a statement where she didn't really address the issue, but she gave a half-assed apology. Unfortunately, because there is an ongoing legal case, there's very little that I can say right now. But clearly, while a sketch was intended to be comedic, it wasn't funny at all, and I deeply regret having agreed to act in it. It seemed like she was really going down for her actions at the time. However, something must have gone down behind the scenes that we don't know about, because all of a sudden the lawsuit got dropped. Jane Doe, who filed the lawsuit on behalf of herself and her brother, reversed course and released a really weird statement where she said, "My family and I have known Tiffany Haddish for many years. We now know that she would never harm me or my brother or help anyone else do anything that could harm us. We wish Tiffany the best and are glad that we can all put this behind us." We thought that was the last we were going to hear on the matter until August of 2023, when it was reported that Tiffany had been slammed with another lawsuit. This time, the plaintiff was the mother of those children, Tiffany and Aries S.A. Ed back then, her friend, whose trust she betrayed. The woman, her name is Triza Morris, is asking for $1 million as compensation for Tiffany making extortion allegations against her. In the lawsuit, Triza claimed that after her children filed a lawsuit against Tiffany and Aries, they went on a smear campaign and started spreading lies about her. They were saying she was looking for a quick check, and Aries even allegedly called her a lying bee. According to the lawsuit, Triza Morris did not file the lawsuit against Tiffany Haddish and/or Aries Spears that initiated the legal proceedings which promoted Tiffany Haddish and Aries Spears to make false statements and allegations of extortion against Triza Morris. Ms. Morris was not named as a party in the lawsuit, nor did Ms. Morris's name appear on any court documents that led to the malicious comments from Tiffany Aries. So it just seems like Tiffany may have a lot more to worry about than visiting the Holy Land. Or maybe she's just trying to hustle for some change to settle Triza, or maybe she's doing all this to get favor from the powers that be so that they can make this lawsuit go away too. Either way, the one person who's never cared for Tiffany's shenanigans is Katt Williams. He still talked about her as recently as his last interview with Club Shay Shay, where he said she was just as talentless as Kevin Hart. He also said Kevin was the gatekeeper who let her into the industry, and that without support from these people, she would never survive a day in the comedy world.
Yeah, because they tell you that there's no gatekeepers, but we keep seeing the same people open the gate. Didn't Kevin open the gate and let Tiffany in? Ain't he now opening it up for... Don't such and such open the gate? What do you mean ain't no gatekeepers? There's 100 gates out here.
Because according to Katt, Tiffany got propped up ahead of many more talented female comedians because she has no moral compass and she is always willing to do anything, go to any lengths for a check. And fans seem to agree with Katt because they're not feeling Tiffany's BS either. One person said, "Tiffany was always nasty and low class, walking around award shows, talking about she got chicken in her purse. I was embarrassed by her then. But now I am done. Never, ever again. Now I hope she's put under the jail." Another person said, "I'm so happy this ish on Tiffany is coming back check out. I never liked her after the first lawsuit with those children, and to think Disney hired her for the Haunted Mansion movie even after that. So gross. Anyway, what do y'all think about Tiffany's creepy and almost criminal shenanigans? Is she getting canceled soon, or do you think she will keep getting protected by the industry gatekeepers? Sound off in the comments below, and check out this next video ASAP.